Prepare to have your mind blown because I'm going to show you how Bitcoin and crypto is just a drop in the bucket at this point in time. Let's get into it. All right, gang, Carlton Flowers here, your crypto pro. Special video today. I want to put things in perspective and show you something that will blow your mind. Yay! Right now, where we're at in cryptocurrency, even though things are booming, this is just a drop in the bucket when you compare the size of this market to all the money in the world. Let's show you this infographic that dates back to 2017. This is not even current, but it will give you a good idea of where we are on this roadway to adoption. So we're going to start it out right here. And you see this little bitty dot that represents the size of the silver market in 2017. Scrolling on down, we see cryptocurrency. Now the gold one is Bitcoin, and then the black and the blue represent altcoins. So that's how big cryptocurrency was in comparison to the silver market, a lot bigger. This represented a market capitalization of 100 billion. I think we're at 500 billion now. So keep that in mind. We'd have 5 of these dots instead of just 1. So let's scroll on down and compare the size of crypto to the biggest companies in the world in 2017. Here's Berkshire Hathaway, Microsoft, Alphabet, that's Google if you didn't know that, Apple, Facebook, and Amazon. And I'm sure Amazon is bigger now. Wow, these dwarf the size of the cryptocurrency market at that time period. Well, how about the 50 richest people in the world? Look at that wealth. This is bigger than what we see in any one of the individual biggest companies in the world. Compare that to the size of Bitcoin. Well, let's just keep this sucker moving. California's gross domestic product, just one state. Wow, that's bigger than the 50 richest people. Scrolling on down, the Fed balance sheet. Now, you know the Feds have grown extremely beyond where it was right here at only $3.5 trillion. But that is massively bigger than our one square of Bitcoin. Well, let's just keep it moving. How about currency? Which, don't get it twisted, currency is not money. Money is backed by things of value. Currency is made out of thin air, printed by the Feds, and electronically deposited into bank accounts. So here's the size of the United States, Japan, the Eurozone, China, and the rest of the world. Bitcoin is one square compared to that. Well, let's keep it moving. The gold market in 2017. Look how big this is. Jewelry, the private investors, the central bankers and the IMF, and then all others. It's pretty big. Moving right along. The stock markets. Wow. Now, the United Kingdom dwarfs the size of the cryptocurrency market. So does Japan, China, Euro area, the United States. That's humongous. We're only one block compared to this humongous block set right here that looks like a tower compared to cryptocurrency alone. And then here is the rest of the world. Well, it gets better. Now, let's look at the global money supply, all the money in the world. Whoo-wee, that's a lot of money. That's pretty big, much bigger than cryptocurrency, which is one little block, or 5 if you were to compare it to today's terms. Now, scrolling on down, we get to global debt. This is how much we are in debt throughout the entire world. Look at the size of that. That's ridiculous. These are developed markets, and those are emerging markets. How big is Bitcoin compared to that? It's a drop in a pond. Moving on down, global real estate, commercial real estate, agricultural, and look at the size. Wow, look at the size of residential real estate. That's huge. Let's even get crazier and compare it to the last one on the list, which is the derivatives market. Now, while I'm showing you this, keep in mind what derivatives are. These are cut up cross sections and pieces of investments where people bet against different scenarios. And we had the big catastrophe in 2008 when the derivatives market collapsed. Now, compare one dot to the size of the derivatives market. Holy mackerel! Would you look at that? All right, as we get to the end, let's go backwards and just think into your mind. This is crazy. It reminds me of Star Wars when you see the Falcon fly by and you think it's huge. This is in the first Star Wars, and then the Imperial starship flies by and it just dwarfs it. It's like a whale chasing after a fly. Well, as we scroll backwards, imagine as some of this money moves into cryptocurrency when we hit adoption. Can you even think of what happens when we plow some of this massive debt, massive investments, massive wealth around the world as it collapses down and moves into the new way of exchanging value, which is cryptocurrency? And then you tell me how big you think crypto is going to be in the coming years once we get to adoption. And there we are, back home, cryptocurrency. Think about that as you're investing. When you panic sell before your favorite project reaches maturity and gets to where it actually can go. Think about that when someone tells you that you're nuts because you believe in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. Think about that when people try to tell you that smart money, programmable money, immutable money that sits on the blockchain is not going to be the standard way that human beings exchange value in the world. I can't fit it into my mind. What are your thoughts about this? How big do you think cryptocurrency will get in our lifetime? How big do you think this little set of blocks will be after the major bull run that happens next fall? Post it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. But all of this just lets us know that we should answer the phone because my wife is calling. This is Carlton, and I am out. Family call. See ya.